Hello everyone, in this video I will show you how to use the JSON level builder asset. First of all, let's talk about when this asset could be useful for you. This asset can be a time saver if your game has plenty of levels, and if the levels are simple, with a few variety of objects. So, for example, this is particularly indicated for casual games or hyper-casual games. You can say goodbye to infinite lists of levels, because with this asset you can manage only one scene as level builder, and one scene as level loader. This asset uses the JSON technology to save multiple levels in a few JSON files. Let's dive in and see how it works. First of all, let's create the level builder. In this scene you will build all your levels. We add a root object, let's rename it world. In this object we add the JSON level builder controller script. The world object will be the root of our levels, so we have to reset its position. Now we have to add the configuration file for our system. You can find a template to use in the assets folder. Let's duplicate it and assign to our controller. In this configuration file you can specify the main name of the JSON files that will be saved. The default name is levels. Please don't change it after starting to build the levels, or the system won't work anymore. Levels per file says how many levels will be saved in each JSON file. If your levels are not too big, you can leave it to 30. Let's say that if your levels contain about 200 to 300 objects, and if you save 30 levels per file, so each file's size will be about 1 megabyte. The last parameter is the prefab list. Here you have to specify all the prefabs you will use in your game, assigning a unique ID to each of them. Please use short names with standard ASCII character, as they will be stored in the JSON files. Let's add some prefabs. Okay, now we can use the same prefabs to build our first level. You have to put them in the root object, otherwise they won't be saved. Let's create a simple scene. You can also change the rotation and scale of the objects. These informations will be saved in the JSON files. Let's save our first scene. Set the value 1 in the kill level field, and press Save Level. Our level now appears in the levels list. Now let's add a couple of objects and save this new scene as level 2. Now you can quickly switch from one level to another. An important thing to notice is that only the main prefab's data will be saved. If you move a prefab children and save the level, its new position won't be saved. If you want to customize the children, you have to put it inside as new single prefab. Only in this case the new object's position will be saved. The last parameter is level extra info. With this you can add extra information for this level, as an array of key value objects. You can retrieve this data during playtime. We will see this section in the level loader explanation. You can also add extra information to single objects, assigning to them the script level JSON extra info. Now, let's create the level loader, which will be the main scene of your game. Add a root object and assign to it the script JSON level loader. You have to add the same configuration file that you used in the level builder. Now you have two options to initialize the level. One is selecting the load level on play option, that will initialize the level specified in the curLevel field as the scene is loaded. The second method is via code, calling the method loadLevel. Now let's add a player object to the scene. We can put it outside the world object, so it will be the same in all the levels. Let's see now how to retrieve the extra info. To retrieve the data specified at root level, you can use the JSON level loader methods. In this example we get the player health value, to assign it to our player. You can also specify extra data for single objects. If you remember, we have already specified some extra information for this enemy object. To retrieve that data at playtime, you can call the methods of this script. To see all the methods available and other informations about the code, please check the documentation. You can also subscribe to the event town level load, which is called as soon as the current level is instantiated. In this example, we subscribe to the loaded event, and we get the extra information just after the level is instantiated. Now you may have the following question: where do we save the levels? The levels are stored in JSON files inside the resources folder, and they are named with the name you choose in the config file, followed by a progressive number. When a file reaches the maximum number of files specified in the config file, a new file will be created, with the next progressive number. Please don't edit these files or the system may not work anymore. I also suggest to you to do some backups of these files, once in a while, or to use a versioning system like Git. In this way you won't lose your levels. Thanks for watching.